Okay, so today we're here with Charlie on his first day of day school. So first off, we always start off with a slip. And this slip will go on like a P for puppy, and we'll just slide it over his head like that. So the reason that we use a slip collar is because he can't slip out of it like a normal flat collar. It sits right underneath his chin and then as high as on the top of his head as possible. And it just helps us guide him into his commands. It lets us show him using a little bit of leash pressure what we ask of him. So I'll put that on him. Johnny. So it'll go again like this, P for puppy. And I'll just slip it over his head. I make sure that it's fastened right behind his ears with this tab. And we want it to fit snug so that he's not able to slip out of it. And I'm going to adjust it at the bottom. So I'm going to take his fur here, I'm going to pull down with this fur and slide up with that slip collar. Making sure, doing the same thing in the back as well. And then I'm going to take his leash and secure it with this ring up at the top. So now we're going to start off with the name game. Nope, we're going to do some loose leash walking. So we pretend like we have a hula hoop around us. So once Charlie leaves our space, we're going to tug on the leash, reel him back in, and reward once he's in our space. This lets Charlie know that out there is not as great as in here in our space, and that's why he gets rewarded, so that he understands the difference. Okay. Charlie! Yes! Good boy! Good boy! I'll see if he'll take a treat. Charlie! No, that's okay. If he's not taking treats right now, that's perfectly okay. Whenever he gets into my space, I'm going to reward him, love on him. Charlie! Yes! Good boy! And then once he's in my space, that leash pressure goes away. So I just tugged on him once, applying a little leash pressure so he understood that's not what we wanted. We didn't want him to leave our space. And then I just reeled him back in and loved on him whenever he got back into my space. If he's in my space, I'm going to reward him. Good boy. Charlie! Yes, good boy. Good boy. Charlie! Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Not sure about that, that's okay. Good boy. Good boy. Now Charlie's he's starting to understand that I want him to be next to me. So while he's next to me, I'm going to tell him, good job, good boy. Reward on him, love on him. Charlie! Yes, good boy. And then as soon as he got out of my space, I gave him a little correction with the leash pressure and loving on him. Good boy. Charlie! Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Now we're going to add in a sit stay. So I'm going to pull up on the slip, push down on his bottom. What we're doing with pulling up on the slip is that way he understands the leash pressure, what it means. It means, oh, I need to sit whenever we pull up on that slip. Good job. Good boy. Good job. And then free. And we want to always remember to say that release command free. So that's what we'll say whenever he's in a sit or a heel and we're going to release him from that position. You'll just say free. Come on, Charlie. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. Good boy. Good job. Good boy. Free? Good job. So I took a little step back there. Whenever we have our dogs in any sort of stay command, whether that be a sit or any of the other commands that we'll teach Charlie later on, we just remind them that command. So I'm not telling him to sit yet. I'm just showing him, leash pressure. Good job. Good boy. And then free. Free. Good job. Good sit. Good boy. He just took that treat, a little piece of hot dog. Oh, nope. So he broke that, so I'm going to put it back in it. Put him back in that sit. Good job. Good boy. Good sit. Free? Free? Free, come on. So if Charlie doesn't ever want to leave that sit command, even though we told him free, we just walk back up to him just like I just did, and then just tell him it again and kind of coax him out of that position because we freed him at that point. Charlie. Yes, good boy. Good, sit. So now I'm adding in the word sit whenever he's doing it on his own with just that little bit of leash pressure. So this is your homework for the week. That name game, the loose leash walking, where he walks out of our hula hoop space and we reel him back in and reward once he does come back in our space. And then the sit. So you'll use the slip collar, you'll pull up and push down on his bottom, tell him good sit. So that's your homework. Reward Charlie a lot. Reward Charlie for anything that you like, any behavior that we want from Charlie. Constantly reward that. The more we reward that, the more Charlie will just do that. That'll be his default. So stay consistent and have fun.